Hello, 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 fans, followers. Thank you for stopping by, stepping in, and sticking around. We are on the World of Warships today with the HMS Renown. This will be the Maiden Voyage journey and the first impressions from me. It'd be about 6 different battles taking place today. A couple good battles, couple bad. This is initially the first battle. They were in order, so the first one here is the Maiden Voyage. I have not sailed in Renown up to this point. Like I said, basically the first one. Initially, I did not realize, and I found this out after the fact, that the Renown has torpedoes. I just happened to look down, not quite yet, but about halfway around this mountain that I'm turning into. About halfway around, I happen to look down, double checking I can have explosives or AP, which I've explained the difference between those in the past. But as I looked and noticed, there is a Y on main battery, which is allowing me to change weapons. I realized there's a chance that I have torpedoes. So here momentarily I will discover those torpedoes for the first time. Um, Good thing that happened on the first voyage of the ship, but it caught me off guard. The battleship is not the first. Is This is not the first time I've seen torpedoes on a battleship. The Trying to remember the name. Um, Tier 5 or Tier 6, I think, battleship from the Japanese Navy. I can't remember its name offhand. Uh, but there is a battleship out there that can fire 1 or 2 torpedoes on either side. And there's a couple other ones that I've noticed. I haven't seen them myself, or I haven't had them myself, but I've seen them in action once or twice. I think the Scharnhorst has torpedoes. Um, but it's not usually a typical thing to see torpedoes, much less torpedo kills. And you might see one, at least the maiden voyage here. I'll get a torpedo kill. It'll actually be the only kill for this battle. But again, I'll have 6 battles on this video today. So for those showing up and stopping by, sticking around, thank you for showing up today. And I do have about 99, 98, 99 different warships. I'm going to start trying to do focused videos on each warship. I've got plenty of content that I can start stacking multiple videos for one type of warship. Some of it will be farther back, a couple weeks or months behind. Other videos might be current, and then I might start using those same videos when I do combined videos for specific ship lines for each country, and if I only focus on battleship videos, so I'll mix it up with multiple battleships, that type of thing. But I'm going to start trying to do that in the next couple weeks to months, and hopefully I can develop a new series. So we shall see how that plays out. So as you noticed, I did fire those torpedoes. I was talking about the channel and everything, so I didn't comment on it quite yet. But I discovered this is the first time I'd seen those torpedoes. Realized, looking down on my ship design, I've got 4 more torpedo bays on the starboard side as well. For those who don't know naval lingo and language, port side is your left. Back in like the old days of sail ships, it was most common that the left side of the ship was against the port or the dock, and then the starboard side, that's the side facing the stars. So that's where that language comes from. So now I'm firing torpedoes from my starboard side. All 4 of those shots look absolutely beautiful. And you will see it in 3, 2, 1. Boom! He is dead. Dead as a doorknob. Dead ship in the water. So I got that good kill. I was excited about that. If you hear me when I was live in the game, I was like yelling at my TV at the moment. So you won't hear that now because I didn't have the recording going as for my voice at the time. Again, my maiden voyage, I couldn't get it set up. But here I get this Fiji. I'm trying to see if I can fire at it. I've got the armor piercer loaded. I've slowed down because I thought I was going to try to back up to that mountain that's behind me at the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock position. I wanted to get behind that mountain and then focus with my teammates. Unfortunately, I realized that was a bad idea. It left me out there in the open. I've got 2 to 3 different ships. I see another one that's coming around the mountain ahead of me. That's actually another Renown. and likely that Renown player was probably doing a better job than I was. So I decided to put full speed ahead again, send these port side torpedoes off. If they come around the mountain, I'm hoping that at least they'll see the torpedoes, slow down, stop, and keep them on that side of the mountain. I'm thinking I'm going to try and take on this Renown, and then I see its health. He's like 90% health. I'm like 40% health. I'm like, that's no way that's going to happen. So I figured I'd turn hard port. I'm trying to get back towards this mountain. I'm going to try to see if I can at least take these two on. I've got my Navy behind me, or slightly off to the left on the other side of the mountain, and I was hoping that maybe with their closer to me I'd create some crossfire and maybe be able to survive this. But as I turn in, I try to get these starboard side torpedoes out. He's just too far away. I was not going to, but at least if he sees it, maybe he keeps his distance for a minute. And sometimes when I do blind torpedo shots, that's what I'm thinking. If somebody sees torpedoes, it keeps them at bay for at least another minute. So I see this Warspite. He's literally got me broadside. I've got him broadside. Unfortunately, my guns aren't to bear, and that was it. Lua Lily killed me with a good full broadside shot. If that's you, good job. And moving on. I actually stay with the battle. I'm not sure if you guys like this or not, but if you're watching my videos and you see this, would you prefer me sticking around to the end of these battles, or would you just prefer me to duck out and move on to the next one? I've kind of tried both in the past, but I do like to see the stats at the end of the battle, so at least that's why I stick around. But if you don't like to see that in the videos, just let me know down below if I waste too much time on these videos sticking around. But I do speed it up. The moment it said Lily killed me, I cut the video there, and then it's 2x speed going forward. So as that goes forward, I'm just watching the rest of the battle play out. Obviously, it's not going to last much longer. There's only one battleship left against 6 ships right now of the enemy. So my team pretty much failed. But seeing the stats I at least had, I had 7 shots landed, 32 secondaries, 2 fires set, 2 floods set. As it goes to the in battle screens, I'll show those same stats here. 2 floods were set, I defended 2 shots. Got a devastating strike. That was those 4 torpedoes that hit Mackinson. It was a good kill. I think I look at my team placement. Sometimes I check the team results. Sometimes I don't. No, I moved on from there. So going back into the Renown, I think it was going to show you that current build of Charles Madden. Unfortunately, he's not legend yet, but I ended up liking the build. By the end of this video, you'll see me go to legend. I think I picked the running with scissors. That's usually my favorite legend selection if it's a brawl build or close combat build. So as I showed you the Madden build, I'm going in showing that I've got the secondaries option. I could choose the secondaries or the AA. Keep the secondaries going. And then I thought I was going to check the rest of my stats, but I guess I do that later. Going back into the next battle now. As I go into each battle, I try to check the map. If you ever see yourself listed, go ahead and comment down below. It'd be nice to know how many people out there that I play the videos with, how many actually show up on my videos, and then how many come by and stop by to comment on them. So if you see your name in that, go ahead and let me know if that was you or not. Here we are proceeding on battle 2 with my Maiden Journey. So the last battle was the Maiden Voyage, the first battle. And then the next few battles, I call it the Maiden Journey. So it's just a series of battles, initial battles on a ship. And then you'll get my first impression. I've got background music going on because for some reason in the video, when it was recorded, somehow the recording cut out and was muted. So the next 5 or 6 minutes of the gameplay is complete silent. It was muted. So I put some music in there that I used in the past on other YouTube videos. I have a decent library of what do you call it? User-friendly, free-to-use content creator type music that's on a YouTube library. So I grab a lot of music from there and throw that in there. So that's the background music at the moment. So here we have got Dallas in aim. Again, I'm trying to run from the battle. I just want to get behind this mountain. Everybody's shooting at me. Why it seems like I'm always the favorite target for everybody, I don't know. But a couple hits from the enemies, good shots I guess. I couldn't dodge enough. After I get out of most range, I turn into the mountain. I didn't like the fact I'm turning into Hyuga, but that's what's going on at the moment. So I'm spotted. I've got Hyuga spotted. I'm going to try and get Hyuga. I don't know why I have HE explosives, but I'm going to try to set Hyuga on fire, I guess. I think I was expecting a destroyer nearby, and so that's why I'm thinking I needed to set them on fire. I've heard comments before. Tell me what you think is better. If you're hunting a destroyer, do you try to focus on heat shells or do you focus on armor piercing? I've been told that it's really easy to overpin a destroyer with the big armored or the big caliber shells. So usually AP against a destroyer is a bad idea, is what I've been told. So here I am. I'm expecting the Hyuga to keep coming. I sent a couple of torpedoes there. I don't know what else is around the corner. I know I've got at least one cruiser over there spotted. So I'm setting those torpedoes, hopefully to find them. I'm going to turn back in. And I'm thinking I'm going to go around the mountain, but I think I turned last minute into the mountain and then pull away from it on the other side. I think right about now, I was looking at the map, I realized I'm the farthest to the east, and I've got no teammates over here besides a destroyer who's about 12 or 15, no, about 10 kilometers out. So I don't want to be by myself against the Hyuga, so I do turn back into the mountain. Last minute, I'm trying to see if I can't get some torpedoes out there to meet Hyuga coming around that corner, because I knew he's coming. There's no way he was not coming. Because I don't know what I was doing with a torpedo gun. I think I was still learning the ship, so I was still trying to figure things out. I think I locked it by accident, like you can lock your guns, so that's why I got stuck going in one direction, and then I pulled the torpedo gun back out. But I'm hoping that I can meet him with some torpedoes there. I realize now, looking back up at the map, that the destroyer on my team is dead. I'm literally by myself. I'm by myself. I've got a Dallas on the other side of this. I've got Hyuga coming around the corner, and I'm like, I have to get out of here. This is not going to end well for me. Second voyage, or second sail of my maiden journey on the Renown, and it's not going to end well. But I'm trying to back up so I can get a better angle and then go continue forward. I wait to Hyuga to get spotted so I can at least get some torpedoes, and I'm going to counter turn and try to use the other side's torpedoes. So after I fire my cannons first, get them on a reload, I'm going to ask for help, and then I'm going to get the torpedoes out. I think torpedoes, right? Torpedoes, come on, get those torpedoes out. Apparently I'm not thinking. Alright, so continue to try to brawl, and oh, there's the torpedoes. It's actually reloading. So apparently I didn't have the torpedoes ready yet. So I'm trying to turn hard starboard, get away so I can get the other side's torpedoes to focus on Hyuga. I figured all I need is a salvo of torpedoes to at least hit Hyuga. Everything's activated. Everything's trying to be rebuilt. I got speed boost to try and get the engines to get me out of there. And I fired off the torpedoes too soon, and I didn't get enough on the opposite side. I should have. I knew he was likely going to turn. He obviously did. And I've now got Hyuga on my starboard side at least 5 o'clock, and I've got 2 to 3 other ships on my port side about 7 or 8 o'clock, and it's not looking good. So I tried to survive as long as I could, keeping hard turn, trying to get my guns in. Guns are just not turning fast enough, and checking my torpedoes, see if I can't get another salvo out. Got 500 health left, and it's going to be a dead ship here in about 2 seconds. Probably. It's funny because half the time I don't quite know how long it's going to take. There it is. Alright, so Kaigo Tornado, if that's you, good job, killed me. So Again, I didn't last very long there. That's not my favorite battle. I don't like those ring battles where you have to everybody focuses to go to the middle. Those are my least favorite. But if they come up, I do my best. And at the moment, that was not my best. So at least put my best effort, but it's not always my best performance. I did quit that one. I didn't wait for the end screen. I knew it was going to take a while, and I did not want to wait that long. So I did dip out of that one, so we're not going to see the final results, but it wasn't a whole lot to look forward to. So moving on to the next battle, I think this next one has 1 or 2 kills. I think it do a slightly better job. So again, third straight battle, and it was straight battle in game. All this recording was back to back. I left from one to the next. After this battle, I ended up going to bed for the night, and the next 3 battles come up for the day after. But it's pretty much all they were all congruent with each other. I was impressed by that ship right there. It's got the little flame. It looks like a starboard. I think it fires off lasers, so it's a space build starship type design, which there are a few designs out there just for customizing ships and stuff like that. Kind of looks cool, but to me I don't know if the whole point of the game is to custom design your own ship so it looks cool, to design your own ship to perform better. To me, I prefer performance. I don't care about looks. I like flags and banners and paint jobs, but I don't know, all this extra stuff with the colored paint and the colored shells and shells that glow and stuff like that. I think that's just too much, going too far. But people want to spend their money on that, waste their money on customization like that. By all means, I guess. It's your money, your game. But here we are going into this battle, firing off this Tennessee, trying to get a couple shells on it. Still got a high explosive set. I'm not sure why I had that. Eventually, I believe I go to armor piercing, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to follow my allies through, and I probably should have, realizing that they are going, and I stayed back. I tried to do a couple shots and lob a couple volleys over the mountains. A couple good shots over the mountains, but it's always hard to see. I would have been better off if I just followed my teammates through that channel. But at the same time, if I did, I would have been too close. I might have been hit by torpedoes as well. So it's not always the best. If you do follow, try to align it to where you're both going separate directions. I know that this one, I think that's Dallas right there. No, the Yahagi. Should be coming through that. I was expecting, so I was gonna try to fire some torpedoes, and hopefully they were gonna meet him. Get too close to that mountain, so those first two torpedoes hit the mountain, and actually 3 of them hit the mountain, because usually I have 4. I would have done a full salvo, but that was probably should have waited slightly longer. But I ended up continuing. Realize now maybe I should just go forward, duke it out. I'm trying to build Renown as a brawler, so might as well get my nose out there and go brawl. So I speed up. I think I'm going to mark Yahagi as a secondary target. I'm going to focus my main on Dallas. And I've got the Tennessee there as well. Got Koenig. I see Koenig is crippled. I'm like, okay, if I can get out there fast enough, maybe I want to kill Koenig. Trento's out there. Everybody and their sisters out there, it looks like. And I'm all by myself. So I figure I'm going to get out there and do the best I can. Try to get as many kills as I can if I can. I'm thinking one of them's coming around that channel right there. So I was waiting to see if they were going to come around the corner. And I was waiting to use torpedoes. If I would have kept going, I at least would have killed another on the opposite side, but I didn't want whoever this is coming around the corner coming up behind me, so waiting to see if they get spotted or not. Sent the torpedoes over there. It's in these type of situations, it's always a tough. I'm not by myself, but I'm by myself. I've got a destroyer close to me, coming up around the mountain. I'm hoping that he gets closer before I proceed. It's better to time the pressure or the push with teammates, so they can also collaborate their gunfire with yours. So I'm like, alright, well, I'm just going. Got the jet engines consumable ready. I got the secondaries ready. I think I go full speed here in a moment. All or nothing, right? I've said that before in previous videos. It's either do or die. There's only one way to find out. All or nothing. Got Dallas spotted right there. Get him line up. Get my guns bare on him. He activated his fighter. Boom. He is gone. That was a good kill right here. I got Hyuga coming up. I'm like, oh no. Me and Hyuga. But I've got full health. Hyuga's kind of hurt. Not damaged enough. I'm hoping my secondaries can destroy him. I've lightened him up. I've got main guns on him. I should have put the secondary, oh no, the other ship that I was going to focus on left. So I'm like, alright, well, these torpedoes get reloaded. I'm going to launch these torpedoes, try to get a full salvo on him. But I didn't lead them enough. At least the first couple. I'm trying to space it out a little bit. And I try to get zoomed in. I think he's definitely a lot tougher. Apparently they're supposed to be same tier, but sometimes I think they put too much power into some of these battleships. I don't know how they balance these, but I should not have dropped all that health so quickly against Hyuga without Hyuga being just as hurt. I definitely should have led those torpedoes enough. I probably could have gotten one kill, but maybe I do, maybe I don't. I think I stick around because I'm hoping for something. And if it shows Hyuga, I believe, actually if you notice my damage up in the top right corner, my damage is still climbing. So he's hurt, he's climbing, boom, just a flesh wound, I got a second kill. He was on fire or he was flooded already. I think I caused a flood with one of those torpedoes. I did hit him with one and he couldn't get the damage rebuilt or repaired. So I did get 2 kills there. One of them was after I died. Wasn't too bad. I wish I would have done a little bit better. I think when initially I was looking to proceed forward and then I second guessed myself and backed off, I think I would have had better chance if I pushed forward. I probably would have killed a couple sooner, and maybe my teammates that I was with might have survived a little bit longer. But I stuck around a little bit longer. I wanted to see if my team was going to pull this off. Obviously I was hoping Gaidi would kill him. Oh, he did, and then he got killed by another, so it's now down to 1 battleship and 4 enemies. So I'm thinking, my team have a chance? Not likely. New York is crippled. New York is about 60% health. No, about 40% health. Again, this is 2x speed. I definitely can't keep up with all the action, but I'm definitely trying to see if I'm looking around the battles from the aerial view and hoping that maybe he pull it off, but he's not going to. He's obviously taking too much crossfire, too many targets, and even though 1 or 2 enemies are going to miss him, somebody's hitting him pretty good. So that was that. The team lost, came down to it, but I did get 2 good kills, 1 with the flesh wound, so slightly better than previous, maybe. I still died, team still lost, but I at least had 2 kills then. Showed the stats there. Again, it's at 2x. Can't even talk fast enough. Here's the next battle in Renown, and this actually started late. I thought it was recording, realized later on it was not. So after the battle, I hit record the afterplay. So I already had, I don't have a kill yet, but I did capture the flag. Just looking at my ribbons up top. Captured the flag, had 15 kills, or 15 hits, incapacitated 1, defended 1, 8 secondary shots, and hit 1 Citadel, started 1 fight, and had, or fire, and had 17 secondary strikes. Now I'm currently chasing Ryujo. I activated my speed boost. I'm trying to get shots on Ryujo, and I'm hoping that he's down to last health, and I was hoping that maybe I can land 1 more shell on top of him before somebody else can kill him. Maybe, right? Maybe. I see fire coming in from crossfire. Wait for my guns to reload. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And do I get it? Do I get it? Do I get it? Boom! Yes, I got that. Good hit there, right on the top of the bridge. I've got the enemy fighter coming at me. He definitely wants to see if he can't hit me at least one more time with his plane. His plane's 50%, so he's got maybe one dive left on him. So he better make it count. I know the feeling. I play carrier a lot, as you guys have noticed. So at the moment, I'm turning into him, but that could be a mistake because now I'm just pretty much giving full starboard broadside to Queen Elizabeth. It's not something you want to do with Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth has some good hit AP shows, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I played with Queen Elizabeth, but I keep evasive maneuvers. She's missed a couple shots, so I'm hoping that if I keep turning in, turning out, turning in, that maybe she continues missing. Got the aim in, trying to see if I can't get Queen Elizabeth killed. I'm hoping my teammates are helping. I've got a cruiser coming up to my 7 o'clock at the moment, 6:30 or 7 o'clock on my port side behind me from the mountain. So trying to get teammates to target the cruiser so I can go look for this destroyer. But the destroyer is too hidden. I've got close to 70-80% health, 90% health. Fire, I've got one fire going. Oh no, I've got a gun that's damaged. I've got torpedoes coming in, that's likely from the destroyer. I haven't detected yet. Once I can detect that destroyer, I was going to try to lock my secondaries on it and then focus on Queen Elizabeth. So that's when pretty much going in against, I've got 4 different ships right now, probably targeting me. I'm hoping my teammates are at least going to help me. Nope, one teammate just dropped off. Nuremberg got killed. That was the one coming up behind me. So I'm pretty much figuring I'm all by myself here. Checking the map right now. I'm looking to see who else is with me on my side. And no, it's just the carrier. Carrier's way up in the corner. If you're the carrier player, don't do that. It's not going to help you survive any better. But if you turn and you're facing the battle and you're somewhat close to the middle of the map, you are at least in position to get your planes to the battle a lot sooner. I do play carrier. I know the feeling. You want to try to keep it away from, but if it comes down to it, 3 or 4 ships against you as a carrier alone, you're not going to do anything to save the team. They're just all going to hit you. You're too fragile. So it doesn't help you any to go hide up in the top corner like that. Anyway, there it is. They took me out too quickly. I was hoping I was at least going to get the Queen Elizabeth killed before I died, and that would have helped my carrier survive a little bit, but obviously with the carrier by itself and 5 ships, that was not looking good for me or my team. So again, I did not wait for the final report on that one. Moved on. I think we've got checking. I believe we've got 2 more fights left. 2 more fights left in the Renown. I'm hoping that at least one of these I can get a win. I wanted to at least show you guys good progress with Renown. Get a win. There's the map. See if anybody, you guys are there. If you are on the video, go ahead and hit me up down below with a comment. Let me know if you were there with me today. Proceeding forward, I think I'm going to go hard starboard to the mountain that's to my right side. But I'm not sure what I was doing. Oh, so I'm backing up and I'm going to turn. Sometimes I do that, but I've heard many people say that hurts you even more, and I guess it kind of makes a little bit sense. If you get spotted, you're spotted, everybody's aiming at you, and you're not moving hardly any. So in some ways it kind of makes sense, but I do sense that it helps a little bit to back up, maybe. I don't know, get you farther away from them. It's one of those double-edged. It depends on how the game plays out, whether or not it's going to be good or bad for you. So I've now got my guns locked to port side, at least 20-25 degrees to port. I'm turning hard starboard. I'm trying to get following this other battleship that's in front of me to get around this mountain. I'm not sure who is that. I'm trying to think. I can't remember who that was. So we're going to follow around this mountain, hoping that I'm actually turning farther away from the mountain. So he's going directly past it. I'm turning farther away. And my thinking was I didn't want to give them too much of my broadside. So that's why I'm at least giving them a slight angle to the rear. And there's a destroyer spotted. I can't hit him yet, but I see him. I think I mark it. If you see a destroyer, if you're playing this game, it doesn't matter what side you're playing, but if you see a destroyer, whether or not you can hit it, try to mark it so other teammates can see it, because you don't know if the other teammates will see that or not. Sometimes I get tunnel vision, I get focused on one target, and I'll hear my computer tell me, you know, destroyer discovered or discovered destroyer, and half the time I'll blur that out. So nope, I got this target, I'm focusing on this target, and so I ignore the target warning system that the computer calls out. And I know that's bad on me, but a lot of times if I spot a destroyer, I'll at least mark it with my communication so other teammates will hopefully hear me call out the destroyer compared to the computer call out the destroyer. Sometimes it makes a difference. It at least makes it, because when the computer calls out destroyer, all it does is says anything. It doesn't mark anything on the map itself. If a player calls out the destroyer, the map will actually ping like a big circle and will show you on the map, so it makes it easier to spot when a destroyer. So if you ever hear a teammate call out destroyer, take at least half a fraction of a second, look at the map, and it'll show you. But if you spot a destroyer, call out that destroyer so you could be the person. It could be life or death to somebody else. Help them spot it. So here I am turning in. Finally, I've got some distance. I'm trying to get this Jarvis killed. Turning in steep, trying to angle better. I've got the mountain to my port side. I'm hoping that if that Jarvis does come up closer, I'm going to probably duel it out with my secondaries with him, probably my torps, while I am bow tanking directly to the battleship that's at the end of the island. Not sure who that is at the moment. Notice that. That destroyer is close enough to spot me. It's likely at the edge of the mountain, so it could see me. There it is. I see it. Get it, get it, get it. I'm hoping that I can at least hit it pretty good. Does that land? Does that land? Does that land? Nope. I missed it. Whether I missed or not, the ally destroyer, no doubt, was the one that got that kill. So I'm now trying to tank in a little bit. I'm going to turn back out. Stay on the side. It's New Mexico over here. I don't want to go toe-to-toe with New Mexico, but that would be better than going toe-to-toe with 5 other ships that have me in sight. So as I turn in, I'm slightly angled. I try to turn back out.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
I see the torpedoes. I always wish that there'd be a way to call out torpedo communication. If you're a developer of the game and you're seeing this, it'd be nice to have one of the command options. Request air support, or anti-air help, as well as torpedo, like calling out torpedo threat or something like that. I don't know, a lot of times in friends chats, I always call out, I call it out like fire. See a fire anywhere in a building, I always call out fire, fire, fire. Gas, gas, gas. Same thing in torpedo, call out tort, tort, tort. So it'd be kind of cool if they built that into where we could call out torps with the communication, and you're telling the rest of your team tort, tort, tort. But we'll see. So I've taken a couple Sunfire. I'm just trying to keep my elusive maneuvering, and I'm going to try to get hugged up with this mountain and get nice and close. I'm hoping the battleship behind me will at least give some cover fire as well from their angle. Unfortunately, we're not lined up properly. He gets out there too soon. He should have waited till I was better prepared or positioned. And I try to see if I can't get these shells off before I get too close to the mountain. Some of the shells hit the mountain. I'm hoping to hit that T-61. Turning back in to go parallel with this mountain, hoping that those hit. I did get a couple hits on him, but it wasn't enough for a kill. T-61's still alive. The entire team was pretty much all in one spot. We're now 2 ships up. They've lost a couple ships. I'm thinking we've got a good advantage. Does that pan out? So we'll see. But anytime you underestimate your team, no matter what they're doing, you're always susceptible to falling apart. And sometimes that happens. My team is spread out in multiple angles. We got destroyer, a couple battleships on the other side of the enemy, congestion. So I've got a battleship with me and a destroyer, allied destroyer on my side of the battle. We're too spread out and they're too focused, I guess. I'm hoping at least I can get Fuso. Fuso's a paper dragon. If you can hit Fuso with a couple good salvos, usually that's all it takes. Fuso's giving me full broadside, it looks like, according to the map. So I'm trying to line up just perfectly without him seeing me. I'm hoping to at least can help hit him with a full salvo of AP before he sees me. Not sure where that destroyer was. Looking at the map right now, it's unspotted. So I'm hoping that as I stick my nose out, I can at least get full broadside. Full salvo. He sees me. I don't have quite enough view yet to get around the mountain. And instead of firing on him, I should be firing on New Mexico instead because it's leading out, whereas Fuso is leading in. And I do fire on New Mexico, and then I back up, trying to get myself to where I can only focus on one, or one can focus on me. So I'm at least trying to limit who can hit me. And the last one I want hit me is Fuso, or New Mexico, but that's what's pretty much going to happen at the moment. So I try to angle back out. I've got the torps out. I've got this destroyer. I found this kind of annoying. Why would you, as a destroyer, go in front of the battleship? Do you not realize that the battleship can fire torpedoes? It didn't matter what I did. If I moved forward, he moved forward. If I moved back, he moved back. I was trying to get it to where he would stop blocking me, but I do get some salvo torpedoes out, but it seemed like every time I tried launching torpedoes, he was there blocking my torpedoes. If that's you, I don't understand why you would do that. Obviously, we're all on one team. Whatever your teammates need to help them try to get kills, it's not about you getting kills, it's about the team getting the kills. I don't know. I did get torps out though, but to me it just felt like he was trying to be intentionally annoying. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But he's obviously trying to stay undetected from the New Mexico, so I mean, looking back now, I realize he's trying to keep himself safe. But I remember in the battle at that moment, it seemed like he was trolling me, I guess. I don't know. I've got this other battleship from the enemy coming up on my 6, coming around the other side of the map, so I realized that now things are not looking good. Falling apart, I'm getting cornered. But there's only 4 enemy battleships left. They don't even have a destroyer. See, I was going to fire torpedoes, and I couldn't do it yet. Again, Master's in my way. But if I turn out, I get those torpedoes out. And luckily they go under him because he was close enough. I'm turning out full starboard, trying to keep my tail to the mountain, and I got hit by New Mexico. Again, I gave him too much of a broadside. Just trying to get out of the mountain, obviously being cornered too much, and I was hoping that I was going to get out of there. And of course, after I die, Mass takes off. Again, I don't know. Could have dropped that smoke 5 minutes ago, but he didn't. So I'm hoping that my team can pull this off. I do see we have 3 destroyers, cruiser, and 2 battleships against only 3 battleships. They're all focused in one spot. As far as my performance, that battle sucked, but it looks like the team is going to pull this off. All they need is land a couple good solid kills, and hopefully they can be able to get this win. We're also up on points, a couple hundred, but if we lose any ships, they will lose point, or they will gain points, because they just lost 1 ship. They've now got 2 against our 5. It looks like we should be able to get the kill, to get the win, team-wise. Again, I got it on 2x speed, so I'm just doing what I can to keep up commenting-wise. King George's about to get slaughtered. That missed him. King George got slaughtered, and then we got this other one that's, I'm thinking, going to get slaughtered. He's looking for the destroyer that was the mast that was near me. That's the New Mexico. Mainly, I usually try to follow the one that killed me. I'm like, alright, you killed me, I want you dead. So I usually try to follow the one that kills me, hoping that I can see him die, and to me, it makes my death all the better. But it did kill the New Mexico finally. The battle was over, and we at least got that win. Grabbed a couple milestones with that in the campaign. I'm now up to 24. Wait to see what that paint will look like once I get enough paint and sample that. I'm hoping, I think by the end of the campaign, if I can get everything all the way up to the commander that's free, or the ship that's free, the free prize, I think I'll have enough paint to use the green Halloween. Not sure I'll put that on, but There's the stats. Again, my performance crap, but at least my team got the win. Here is the last and final Renown battle, I believe, of this video. This will be the 6-1. It's been about 40 minutes of gameplay, so that actually a lot more gameplay, but it's all been fast forward through half of that, so about 40 minutes of the video. So I'm looking around, seeing my team. I got a destroyer and a cruiser to my left. I got a destroyer on the far left wing and a destroyer on the right wing. I'm in the middle. I don't like necessarily being in the middle. I think I'm turning hard starboard at the moment. I'm going to go follow this mountain. I think this was close to the same map that I was in previously. So I'm going to go around this mountain. I'm going to join this battleship, cruiser, and destroyer that was off to my starboard. And I'm now going headwind. I'm just going to drop a couple blind torpedoes. If they get close enough to hit somebody, great. Likely it's just a random. Somebody sees torpedoes at the last second before the torpedo reaches its full max range. Makes them think twice. That's my thought process. Granted, it's wasting the torpedo, you gotta wait for the reload, but it's gonna be another minute or two before I'm gonna need those anyway, so I'm not worried about the reload time. At least not yet. Changes things when you finally see a target. I don't have any targets yet to look at. I do get spotted by this plane, but the plane's on the other side of the map. I'm not worried about them dropping anything on me at the moment. Now I'm behind the mountain, so I'm not worried about being spotted by the plane. Nobody else is going to be able to hit me yet. Following the rest of my team. Cruiser's going to cut into the mountains. The battleship and the destroyer are going to stay on the outside of the mountains. I got Geneswolf trying to find out the cruiser. Looks like he's actually backing up. I realize he's backing up. I need to turn a little bit to my starboard to avoid blocking him in. I think I wanted to get the shots off first, and then I believe I'm going to start turning out. Yep, I'm starting to turn out now. I see the full right rudder. Go full right rudder. Trying to let my ally know that he's going to run into me, but at least I had the advantage. If he does, I keep going. It's not going to stop me. He wasn't going as fast as I was worried about, but it was good that I also turned out to avoid him. I think I'm going to turn back in, so I'm not giving full broadside to... I don't even know how to... Nisino. Somebody tried pronouncing it for me. I used to call Geneswolf, and I have a friend that was making fun of you. So RJ, if you're watching this, good for you. I still can't remember what you told me yesterday. Yeah, this is recorded the day after I hung out with you and Silver. But so I'm trying to see if I get some shells on Sinawa. Is that what you told me? Sinawa. Get some torpedoes out there if that destroyer comes around the corner. I don't think he does quite yet. I think he does later. So I've got the Akatsuki marked for my secondaries. That's what the A with the little triangle means. When you go in the communication screen, you can mark ships with secondaries, and then your secondaries will focus on them if they have the target. So the secondaries on one side will focus where they can. The secondaries on the other side, if there's another ship on the opposite side of your ship secondaries will still focus on multiple targets that I've noticed. I believe that's the way it works. So Nisanawa is trying to turn out and run. At first I was going to chase it, but it doesn't take long before I realize I'm by myself. And the Allied destroyer is now capping their base. Actually, this is not my final battle. I realize now this is a quick in-out. We actually get this win because they couldn't stop the destroyer. So we're actually going to capture the base, and there's not much action involved. One of those quick wins that capture base, and that's why I don't like the capture base. I don't like how they make these battles so short. But that's how they do it, and it is what it is at the moment. So I've got this other cruiser out here. I'm thinking if I can at least get shells on Nissanwa. I still can't say that properly. I don't know how it can. I'm not reading it right or what? I don't know. I'm just so used to saying Genoswolf. I can't picture anything else when trying to say it. Senwa, no. Nissan, no. Nisinwa. Nisinwa. Is that what it is? Nisinwa. He's too far out. I knew my shells weren't going to hit him if I tried. So I'm now going to try to hit Ramot. I'm not going to kill Ramot, but at least if I can get a couple shells on Ramot, that maybe somebody else can kill him. Help get them killed. I knew torches were coming eventually because the way he was angled at me earlier. Luckily they completely missed. They were far off. I decide I'm way out here by myself. I'm not way out there yet, but I'm looking at the map. About the time I start making this turn, I'm looking at the map. I realize the destroyer's going back to the middle, the battleship's going back to the middle, the cruiser's going back to the middle. I'm literally out in the open by myself. Currently, the way I have Renown built is for close combat and brawl. I do not want to be out in the open water against other battleships, and especially battleship and cruisers combined. So I turn away. Maybe it's coward. Some people probably call it. I probably could have gone head in, bow tanked them, and used my jet engines. But again, this is only the 4th or 5th battle with me and the Renown, so I'm still trying to learn it. And so I didn't have enough confidence in myself to handle that, and that's why I turned away from that. If you're in this and you're watching, let me know what you think. Tell me if you would have done the same thing, or if you would have just bow tanked it and gone in head on. But I know a couple of you probably say you would. Silver, you would likely tell me you would have chased him, but so, and I was just calling out a few of my friends. Some of you might not know who they're, but a couple of friends I met recently. So here I am thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? We've got 5
Engine boost activated.
Oh, no, I guess I'm not going to do anything. We can tell you what the stat was prior to closing out, but obviously, like I said, we won the match, capture the flag, we got the points, and they didn't do much, we didn't do much. I did win a battle though, so I got another win for that under the belt for Renown. Crappy performance, hesitated myself, but that's fine. One more battle. This is it right here, the final battle. This one, if I do recall watching the video prior to recording over, I do recall that this was probably my best. I get a couple kills, the team wins, everything turned out. I think. Now I'm guessing myself. I'm not sure this is what I was thinking is. I do go to the far corner to the right. I'm going to go beyond Alpha. A little crevice there between a couple mountains. I'm going to follow a few of their ships through that channel. Seems like everybody goes to Alpha in this game, I think. A couple of us turn towards that side, so it's kind of divided. Obviously, looking at the map right now, we got people going left, we got people going right. There's no teamwork at all sometimes. Some of these maps, there's no teamwork. If you're on the left or right, if you're near Charlie or Alpha, you should stay near Charlie or Alpha. If you're in the middle, you kind of decide to go the either way. But if you're in Charlie, you're just wasting half your time getting over to Alpha. Some of those people are crossing the map. There's one cruiser that's turning into Bravo, and I think he comes across towards Alpha eventually from the Charlie side. So it just doesn't make sense to waste all your time to get to the other side of the map. If you start in the middle, go to one of the edges, or go to the middle. Some people like to go to the middle first. Some people out there say that you should try to win your side. If you start on the edges, try to stay on your edges. That's the way I usually think about it. So anyways, I'm now full broadside, going full hard westbound or to the far left. And they have me spotted, so I'm expecting shells. Nobody's firing at me though. Pull out, getting out of the range that they've got. Trying to fire at Omaha or the other cruiser that was right there. I've got the destroyer that's coming in. I definitely missed that shot. The Fubuki, I don't want Fubuki coming up on me. Fubuki's got a pretty nasty salvo of torpedoes.
Concentrate
If they
fire
get
on
close
the
enough.
enemy warship.
So I'm hoping that somebody can spot Fubuki. And meanwhile, I'm trying to see if I can at least hit a target while I'm trying to get out of there. So I'm turning back in. If I remember correctly, I wave in and out, wave in and out. I go left and right, left and right. So I keep a good snake track going, so I'm unpredictable. I at least keep it full speed for a little bit, but I think eventually I slow down so I can tighten my turns a little bit. I've got air coming at me. I don't know if it's coming at me directly. It's still pretty far out according to the map. No, he's actually turned away. He's going the opposite direction. Still don't have a target. This is the one downfall to building your ship as a brawler, close combat brawler, because you don't have a whole lot of good range to use. And that was part of my problem. I think I fired that too early. I should have waited till I can at least lead the ship more. I think I got one shell on it. Nope, I actually missed that one shell. So I'm gonna turn back out a little bit. Yeah, right rudder's just activated, so I'm gonna turn back out a little bit. And I'm trying to keep pace with Omaha, so when my guns reload, I'm gonna try to give Omaha a better salvo.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
That, I think, hits one shell. I'm still not leading enough. It's too far away, too much of a gap, too much of a time to get over there. I turn in, I see that Omaha is crippled. I'm wanting that kill. I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Now he's turning away from me, so I need to lead. I need to get above him and slightly to the right, because he's still angled to the right. Launch, shells out. Do I get it? Did I finally line it up? Do I get it? Boom, I got it. He's dead ship. Dead ship in the water. Alright, so I got a kill. Got the Citadel there. My allies getting pummeled by bomber. I am thinking I'm going to go inside the mountain. I decide, because Fubuki's there, I'm going to turn back out and go on the other side of the mountain while trying to see if I can't focus on Fubuki. So as I'm turning out, I did not lead that enough. I hit him, I think, one or two. If I would have led better, I might have been able to destroy that Fubuki. I'm going to turn out and go outside of this mountain while slowing down a little bit to pace myself so I can get a better aim. And oh, he's turning in, so I'm coming below. Do I get him? Do I get him? So I'm thinking, alright, well, if you want to come this way, I'm going to give you a couple torpedoes. Send those, but he obviously doesn't decide to follow. Decides to turn back out. I've got torpedoes coming at me from the torpedo bomber. It looks like he's trying to aim at me. He does. I'm trying to speed up full speed and turn away from the torpedoes. Turn into it leading, but if you're far enough ahead, then the tail of your ship will turn away from the torpedoes. They hit me, but I wasn't not flooding, so I was at least not a lethal threat. So much going on, sometimes it's hard to keep track. So now I've got Fubuki targeted for my secondaries. He's coming close. I've got aim coming in. Get my torpedoes, get ready, get ready. Full broadside, boom, boom. Still not dead. Got secondaries fired, boom, I got close quarter expert. Boom, I got another dead ship in the water. Good job. And the torpedoes missed. I was excited there. I was like, yes! That was close. And Fubuki got a little too close for his own. I got skip bombs hitting me now. I hate Sirab. I hate the skip bombs. It's way too OP. I do not like Sirab at all. I don't even want to touch Sirab. I don't want to touch any Russian ship. But that's my own preference. So I've got Surov next to this mountain. He's cuddled up. Actually looking worse than I expected. I thought, now that I think about it, I don't know if we get the win or not. I'm hoping that I still have enough of a fight left in me that I can stick my nose out there and try and take on Surov. So as I get out there, I realize Surov's on the other side of the mountain. Can't get close enough. And he played like a pro. As much as I hate that ship, this guy played like a pro because he kept himself under cover of the mountain. He was close enough that upon launching his planes, he was pretty much right on top of me. I'm hoping that maybe I can get a shell above. That's why I'm firing at the mountain. I can't. So I'm hoping to get closer in. If it's just me and Surov by myself, I figured I could take him. But I've now got a battleship out in the distance looking at me. I think that was Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth looking at me. I can't hit the Serov yet. I decided I'm going to try to focus on Queen Elizabeth. That was a waste. If If I would have saved this salvo right now, I would have been able to kill Syrup before I die. I will die here shortly, but I thought, okay, Syrup, Queen Elizabeth's almost hurt. Get that salvo out. Maybe I can kill Queen Elizabeth. No, I should have saved that salvo. I should have saved that salvo, try to avoid these torpedoes turn in. I would have had a full salvo right there. Boom, I would have been able to likely kill Syrup. But I got these torps. I think I have a chance. I'm not leading enough. The ship is dead at the moment, but as I launch the torps, he's starting to speed up. If I would have led those torps enough with the full salvo that I would have saved, I would have been able to kill at least Syrup. Now, I didn't play that right. I know looking back now, I could have definitely waited on that full salvo and tried to hit it with the full salvo and then hit it with the torpedoes, letting the torpedoes leading more. I would have been able to kill Serov, especially looking now. Serov has got 10% health left. So he's actually turning back into the mountain, so he probably just sped up to get away from the mountain, and he's turning back into the mountain. So I do go 2x speed. I stick around for a minute. I'm hoping that maybe we can win. I realize it's just my carrier, ally carrier. I had a good fight. Unfortunately, the rest of the team did not. No downing the team itself. It's just we didn't put it together. But I do get 2 kills, 15 hits. I got a saddle, 30 secondaries, 3 defended, 2 fire set, 1 detection, and 17 secondaries. Oh, that was 30 planes shot down. That's what that was. So those ribbons, I believe I got Devastation Strike. I got First Flood, and I think... I'm trying to remember if I look. We'll glance at it right here. I got no fly zone as well. Got a couple milestones, just 1 milestone. So again, I got Devastating Strike, Clear Scry, and Close Quarters Expert. That's what that is. I did not get First Blood. First Blood would have been nice. It would have been 4 different badges. But team lost. I was at the top. I was like, oh, I was stoked about that. First place on that one. But that is it for the battles. I do stick around for a moment if you want to see my final build. I do go in. So I got Brawler, Porcupine, Firefighter, and Meticulous. Again, it's just experimental. I'm trying to see if I can make this a Brawler ship with the way the torpedoes are. Get close combat, secondaries and main batteries firing, and then get torpedoes on your targets. You can subsequently focus on 3 different targets with 3 different armaments. So I don't think it's too bad of a setup. I have to get better at how I'm managing it. So I'm going in, I'm just showing the mod build. The steering gear mods helps me turn better and maneuver the ship. I buy the next one. I put the health points. If I'm going to be a brawler, I think I'm going to go with the health points, the Renown Maiden B. Even though I'm looking at the others, just to show you what they were, I stick with the Renown Maiden B. So rudder shift is improved, AA mounts improve, and I got plenty of AA shots there too. I had 30 kills with the anti-air, so I just added plenty more. So Renown could be a pretty good anti-air boat. I'm going to improve my paint real quick, just adding another level to the paint. I think just to explain to people, I don't do this often enough, but nobody ever explained to me. So if you want to add paint, you have to first melt camouflage to paint. So this number 14 camouflage turns into 63 paint as it sees on the conversion rate. Now 66, 69, 72. I'm trying to do the math in my head. I overshot the 150 needed, so it looks down below. I need 150 to get level 2 paint. I think that's what I do here. Yeah, so I'll go here. If you look down below 162, I need the 150, so now I got 12 left. The Union Jack is level 2. Again, thank you for World of Warships Legends. That was the Maiden Journey of the Renown. I definitely like the ship.
Thank you, Jesus, for your mercy and grace upon my life. I pray all those who see this reach out to you one day. Thank you to the game developers of these games and more for the products you make. Keep up the good work. Last but certainly not least, thank you to all my fans, friends, and followers for stepping in, sticking around, and checking out these games with me. God bless.